So I have to get blood fairly often because the red blood cell count like gets so fucking high because of my TRT. And so I'm going to have to hire a phlebotomist next time because I got flagged last time I gave blood for my
for terrorism
for syphilis antibodies because like once you've had syphilis, you've got like syphilis antibodies for like a long time. And so they won't
that's
take
how
my blood.
disease works. Yeah, yeah, you've got them.
They won't take my fucking blood down at the fucking Red Cross anymore. So I'm gonna have to hire a fucking phlebotomist.
They won't take your blood
down at the Red Cross. Yeah, it's STD blood. It's got the stain on it.
Syphilis.
It seems like syphilis antibodies are not a bug; they're a feature. Don't you want the ability to combat syphilis?
So I'm not an expert, but my guess is that syphilis antibodies are what they use to indicate that someone has syphilis. So like a syphilis test for syphilis antibodies, and therefore like they have no way of knowing if you either are currently have syphilis or if you had syphilis 3 or 4 years ago, like I did, whenever it was.
I know you didn't. You know why? Because you went through 2 different kinds of strep throat treatment like 3 weeks ago.
Exactly. That literally would have killed the fucking syphilis, like what I went through last.
That's true. You guys have shit luck. You guys both got fucked by strep in the last couple months.
Yeah, you know what I think it is? I think it's the tar. I think that tar is taking a smell, which I mean, a smell is like little particles of whatever you're taking in, but it's adding a little like glue to that, so that literally is sticking. It's making smell sticky. And
what does that say about farts? Like,
you know what it says about farts.
What does that say about farts?
You know what it says about farts.
That's your memoirs, Woody.
That's how I get. I'm going to blame farts for all cases of pink eye that I've ever gotten because I wash. Particle floated into my eye. That's same thing with the AIDS.
Isn't that how pink eye actually works? You get particles in your eye.
Yeah, you but with your finger, you disgusting human being. So have you ever had it?
Yeah, I've had pink eye.
Knew it.
Have you ever had pink eye?
Of course not. I'm not disgusting, you pig.
You had syphilis 15 minutes ago, you disgusting fuck. You absolute monster.
I got syphilis from dirty pussy. You rub shit in your eyeball.
No, I got it from shitty pussy. That's what I got it from.
Trying to get like a close. Trying to get a real close. Trying to get like one of those diamond like lenses to like check out a
little monocle. Yeah. No, don't you ever ride that high horse, you syphilis fuck.
I had the syphilis and I'm proud of it. God damn it. Just people who have syphilis are cool.
Yeah, like Al Capone.
Yeah, like Al Capone. Well, he
Like
should have gotten his shot and he'd have been all good. Remember I had to diagnose my own syphilis because the doctor couldn't fucking figure it out. That's when all the skin was falling off my palms. That was cool.
Yeah. You successfully you braved late stage syphilis or mid stage syphilis.
Yeah. and one thing people often say when I tell them that story is like, imagine how many people you gave syphilis to. And I'm like, well, usually I wear a condom, but you're not contagious. You're not you can't pass syphilis on after like a year or something like that. So there was actually like a brief window.
Yeah.
So you feel like had it for over a year?
So like maybe 200-300 women, something like that at tops. So it's
tops.
I don't think I gave anybody
so just
syphilis.
A month or two, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times syphilis doesn't get that bad.
Slower than I thought it would be.
Because it's something else you get along the way, like strep throat or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Antibiotics it doesn't handle them well. But I didn't really have any like real symptoms. I just had a little rash on my like collarbone area, and then there was that time all the skin on my hand turned to blisters and fell off.
That's like the perfect amount of syphilis then. Just right when it gets biblical, then you're out. All right.
I thought I was like you have no idea how scary it is when like both your hands are covered in blisters and the skin is falling off and you don't know why.
Stigmata.
And so like here's how my dermatologist said to put gloves on, like surgical gloves, and fill them with olive oil when I slept.
Fill them. Does she think you're fucking Bezos over here? Just filling them?
So I took that as olive oil is good for your hands. So throughout my day, I'm always in olive oil gloves. And my girlfriend's just like, how are your hands, baby? And I'm like, they're real bad today. I grabbed a pistol and it was real grippy because and it hurt
because of your blisters.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like I think I filmed a couple FPSRussia videos. Then if you can go back and like find videos where I'm wearing any video where I'm wearing gloves, like that's what's up. Because I under those gloves are rubber gloves with olive oil in them. So I'm like olive oil glove and then a tactical like glove on it, like I'm some kind of a fucking operator, so nobody will know that I've got syphilis hands.
This is like Madonna's regimen when she sleeps.
Yeah,
a bodysuit of lotion or oil or something.
Yeah,
placenta.
Madonna does that.
I think she did some anti-aging crazy stuff back in the day, but I ended up.
I didn't know if she was dead or not.
She's alive, very alive. I ended up finally just being like, could this be? I looked it up on the like WebMD and like I literally looked at like images of. I think I searched hands blistering. Hands? No, I think I searched like skin falling off hands, hand blisters or something, and then I looked at Google Images of disgusting hand like infections and mutations until I saw one that looked like mine, and I was like, that looks like what I have, and it was syphilis. And then so I went. Now I had like gotten off on that syphilis road. I could find more evidence, and I was right. And they were like, "Huh, well, I guess you're right. That? Well, let's fix this now." And it's just like, you bitch, you bitch.
Could have done that at any time, you stupid bitch.
Did you ever find the guy who gave you syphilis? Did you ever get him? You know, it's mostly a gay disease, right?
He remains at large.
He remains at large. I don't even think it is a gay disease. I think everybody gets syphilis.
I don't know if it's a gay disease or not, but I know I don't know how I got it. I know it wasn't that, but I know I got it. Can you get it from oral? Like, could I have eaten some girl's butthole one time and gotten some syphilis out of there?
Yes.
Like, what about a hand job? If her hand was falling off, did that ever that ever happen?
Like maybe she had bloody hands and she jerked me off. Like she looked like she had like Django Unchained hands. And she gave me one of those rough, like rawhide hand jobs, and maybe I got something out of there. I don't know.
I mean, syphilis is a more intense one. Everybody's had a few bouts with chlamydia. Everyone has.
Never.
Everyone's had it a few times.
Taylor has had a couple of bouts.
Everyone's had chlamydia.
Oh, have you?
Taylor has had a few bouts with chlamydia.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was fine. It was.
Did you know right away? You
no,
woke
it
up
was.
And you're like, she's got chlamydia. I know.
No. I got a text from a girl that I fucked, and she said, "I have chlamydia now," and I was like, "Oh man, that's weird." And because apparently it shows in women much sooner than it shows in men. And then I went to the Mizzou Health Center, and they were like, "Yes, you have chlamydia," and that only happened twice.
I got a call.
There was that time.
The same situation happened twice.
And then there was that.
I got a call from the Reno Medical whatever center nurse saying, "Oh, this is just to let you know somebody you've had sex with has chlamydia." And I was like, "Okay, well, thanks for letting me know. I'll go get tested."
Let me tell
and
you.
then the girl called the next day. She was all sheepish. I had her number, and it was some girl I met at Burning Man. She's like, "Oh, okay, so I have to tell you." And I let her go through the whole thing. It took her forever. And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. The medical center called me yesterday." And she's like, "What? They did? Those fuckers?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She said at the beginning, "I almost didn't call you." And I'm like, "Yeah, they do that because they know you're not going to fucking call, you idiot." But I didn't get chlamydia off of her because my friend, I would have never used a condom, but my friend had one. He had like a bunch of condoms there that he was giving away. That was his thing. And he threw me one. I miraculously used it. I didn't get
I remember being told like, "So you're going to want to call all your previous sexual partners and tell them." And I remember being like, "Oh, definitely."
Did they give you the option of doing it themselves?
No, they were just like, "You're going to want to call." And I was like, nah, that seems horrible and uncomfortable. So I didn't.
Or maybe I've been doing this thing where I don't. And they just figure it out or whatever.
I've been doing this thing where I live and let live, so to speak.
Like the Bible says. Now, look, I believe in science. I'm not a denier, but you're not going to change my mind on this one, man. Oh, thank you. Give me that shot.
I'm not going to call all of them. What's statistically, how many of them have it? I'll call that many.
Yeah.
I'll call none of them.
I only had... I want to say I took what was the other time? Oh, how did that happen? And I'm trying to remember this correctly. Oh yeah, okay. I took the test, like one of those tests you order, and then you like spit in the vial, and I think you like prick your finger. This is like an at-home STD test because I don't want to do that at the doctor. I think you spit. I think it's blood, and there might be urine too. I think you do all three, and then you mail it all back, and it tests for like everything.
A full panel.
Yeah, you're in a little envelope. You get your thinnest envelope and cram it in there.
Well, it's
thinnest paper envelope.
They have this little piece of paper that you like. Once you've pricked your thumb, you're like putting drops of blood inside of like 5 different circles of paper. I guess that's enough blood. And you know that's I'm trying to remember. But anyway, I had tested positive again for those syphilis antibodies. They don't go away. So it just always looks like you got syphilis. And the health department came to my door over an online test. Like I guess the online cocksuckers reported me to the health department in Georgia and let them know that I had the syphilis. And so this like Indian guy, Dots Not Feathers, showed up at my door and was like questioning me as to whether I had gotten my syphilis treated. And I refused to tell him. He was like, I have to know.
Right on. Refuse to treat.
I treated it years ago, but he's just like, we've got to know whether you got it treated or not. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, fuck you.
I was like, I'm not going to tell you. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. He's like, we'll just come back. And I'm like, I dare you. I dare you to fucking come back.
You want to come on in my house and you'll find out on your next blood test.
I'll give you a fucking. If I hadn't still been like I was, you know, getting drug tested daily because of my fucking pretrial probation at that time, I'd be like, come on inside. I'll give you a little sample. Fucking asshole. Like I couldn't believe they just showed up at your door and they're like, hey, we heard you got the syphilis. Did you get that fixed or are you a piece of shit? And I'm just, yeah, I went and got the $85 shot at my doctor because I'm a normal fucking human being. You think I like,
who want syphilis?
Who tests positive for syphilis and is like, oh, it's not so bad then, huh?
Yeah,
you go a little crazy.
I'm positive for syphilis, but I'm gonna ride the tiger.
Yeah. I don't think that's the move. But
I heard it makes you more creative.
I heard it makes you more aggressive.
I heard it makes you more aggressive,
like elk meat.
Like elk meat. What are you fucking crazy, Joe?
No, I don't. I've never had any of the other STDs. Luckily, I usually.
How have you only gotten syphilis? You've never had chlamydia, the common card of STDs? Never once. Never crabs.
Any of that stuff. Just literally just that one thing with syphilis. And that's it. Oh, and then obviously like herpes, but like I've had that, like I've got a little bit on my lip now. Herpes. Like I literally I started an outbreak yesterday. It happens 3 or 4 times a year, but I've got Valtrex now that I got from one of those.
But that's a different kind of herpes than the genital one. It's type 1 or something. Like some
like
people
type
just
1 and type 2 or something. Like
but cold sores.
And we've been through this before though. Like if I go down on a girl right now, she will get genital herpes for a cycle. Like it'll suck.
For one cycle and then it'll go away?
In my experience, that's not based on any research or doctor's information. I'm just telling you, I went down on a girlfriend one time who did not have any kind of cold sores or herpes. And she had an immediate outbreak of genital herpes that was terrible. She had blisters inside her vulva.
Gross. Did you break up with her?
Immediately.
Yeah.
And I really like she gave it to me.
Yeah.
No, no, I didn't do any of those things. I took great care of her, and I went and like got her fresh bags of peas to sit on, because it was my idea to eat her pussy because I thought my lip was all better because you couldn't see any redness anymore. But it was my bad type. She was like, "Are you sure you're good?" And I'm like, "Totally." And I ate her pussy, and I gave her herpes.
Totally. Let me just dab my lip pus real quick.
It wasn't like it was like
that's
it had
mayonnaise.
Been gone,
I ate a sandwich.
It had been gone for like weeks. Almost. It was just nothing there anymore, and it was still contagious. But anyway, she never again had another one of those outbreaks. Whereas like if I'd had like bumps on my dick of herpes, fucked her and given her herpes that way, I'm pretty sure then forevermore she's gonna have like
that's like the type, I don't know, type 1, cyclical, type 2, something like.
I think that's type 2, and I'm guessing type 1 is on the mouth. Let's just pretend that's right.
Yeah,
it doesn't
I think
matter.
that's right. Type 1 is that one that lots of people just have where you randomly get a cold sore.
Yeah. Yeah, and anybody that does that, go online and get yourself like the same medication that people get for genital herpes, and you'll be able to knock them out in like 2 days. I never deal with cold sores anymore. Like
the only other solution for them is that shit Abreva, which
doesn't work.
It does work, but it works a million times slower than just taking Valtrex.
What Abreva does is it accelerates the process that it was already going to go through. So you start with the little, is that a pimple? Maybe. And you end up with like this scabby, bloody, sensitive thing that gets weird in the shower within 3 days. Whereas like if you just take the Valtrex, it's like, oh, you look like a little pimple thing right here. And now you're shrinking, and you're gone. Fuck you, you piece of shit. And that dirty bitch my dad gave it to me though. He shared a fucking Diet Pepsi with me when I was like 8 or something like that. Can't blame this one on women.
Or you just had it from birth.
That's possible.
Maybe you licked your mom's pussy on the way out.
On the way out. Could have been anything.
Sorry, that was gross.
What am I even looking? It tastes weird. Oh no! No! Nobody got a picture of that. Oh, there's video. No! Oh no! Drop me on my head so I forget what I just did.
That's a solid theory.
It is. It seems scientific.
I have no retort.
I have no retort.
We've been doing STD talk while you're stepped away there. We're all filthy human beings apparently.
Well, we're clean now.
Ruined our appetites.
We've had at least one each. Nothing bad.
Ruined
though.
my appetite.
Nothing bad though. You know, it's been cool. And you know what? I'm gonna chalk that up to my taste in women. A lot of classy gals know how to take care of themselves.
Let's just all get AIDS. They can handle it now, right? Knock it out with some medicine or something.
I mean, you can take in our hangout.
Prep?
The guy was talking about PrEP. You know, you just take a pill every day and you're invincible. You can't get AIDS. It's like 99.
Let's test it.
I feel like I heard Jim Norton, a comedian who's very degenerate in his prostituting and whatnot. I feel like I heard him say like, yeah, PrEP will keep you from getting AIDS, but it does some fucked up shit to you later.
Oh,
like it messes with your immune
bone
system
density?
later in life if you're taking it.
I think it does something to bone density as well. They were
you get
talking
all your
about
AIDS at once. You get 80 years of AIDS on your last day.
I wonder how long you have to take it, right? You know, could you use it almost like a condom? Like, oh, it's going to be a big weekend for me. I'll start on Thursday. I'll stop on Monday.
So definitely don't take your fucking medical advice like this from us. Like most of the stuff we joke about, it's like, take your vitamins before or after you eat. Probably doesn't fucking matter. But on this one, like, you don't get AIDS, kid. Talk to your doctor. But the guy in the hangout said that like you could use it almost like a morning after pill sometimes. Like you could have unsafe sex and be like, oh shit, and take like 3 or 4 of them.
No, dude, that's risky
doesn't
business.
sound right.
That doesn't sound. If you're having to quadruple up on the dose, it doesn't sound like that's the way they meant it to be used.
I'm just telling you what the man said.
I remember the conversation.
I heard him say it too, so it's true.
And I remember.
Is that like
thinking,
in your body? The Lord of the Rings is happening when the Ghost Army comes in. At the end, like you're losing. Like here comes all the preps.
Then it kills.
The white blood cells are all death.
But if he's right about that, then it would seem like my sort of weekend plan works too. You don't have to live on it unless you constantly have risky sex.
Yeah, there's billboards for it here in Atlanta. I think they say something like $1 a day and prevent
Keeps
HIV
AIDS
or
away.
something. Yeah, $1 a day keeps AIDS away. It's something like that. Yeah, and it's like, fuck, that's pretty convincing. Better get on that, boys.